Alright guys, I'm going to be talking about the tusk sword that's in Arms and Armor. Here we go. Does anyone here have a pet? And does anyone here dress up said pet, to be honest? We used to put a Giant's bandana on my dog and she would rip it off within like 2 seconds, and we never tried anything cuter than that because she was like a Labrador. We didn't really need to. But I do sort of have like a weird soft spot for animals in costumes, like llamas photoshopped into blazers and stuff like that. However, dressing up animals tends to get slightly less adorable when you move on to bigger mammals, like say swords for fucking elephants that we're looking at right behind us. Guys, there are only 9 of these stinking things in the whole world. There's 4 pairs and then 1 single, and the Met's got the 1 single right behind us. Because the Metropolitan Museum of Art, guys, and they don't pull any fucking punches. Humans first started riding elephants into battle. Well, we have the first record of humans riding elephants into battle as early as 1100 BC. And we tend to think about them, war elephants the most with like sort of the great conquerors of the ancient world. So Hannibal, Alexander the Great, those guys. And the biggest clash of elephants in battle happened around that time during the 2nd century with Ptolemy the Fourth, the Pharaoh of Egypt, and Antiochus III of the Seleucid kingdoms, which are in the Middle East. Both leaders led a horde of war elephants into battle each. They're like, my elephants are going to kick your elephants' asses. And according to the historian Polybius, who wrote histories, Ptolemy's elephants saw Antiochus's elephants and declined to combat, meaning they got scared and they turned around and ran away. But if we think about what the actual elephants were, where they were from, that actually doesn't make a lot of sense. So Ptolemy would have been riding African elephants, which are the largest land mammals on the planet. They're flippin' huge. And Antiochus would have been riding Asian elephants, which are significantly smaller. So it doesn't really make any sense that the African elephants would have seen the Asian elephants and turned around and ran away. Historians sort of noticed this discrepancy, or have been observing this discrepancy for a couple centuries, and out of this discrepancy emerged this theory that there was an extinct race of elephants that used to exist at the time of Ptolemy and Antiochus. They named them the African forest elephants, but they never actually found any biological evidence for this. And then in the late 1890s, people started finding things like what we're seeing behind us, sort of armor for Asian war elephants that they were finding in areas like Persia and northern India. And so they figured out that the Asian elephants would have been way more geared up for battle than the African war elephants, where they would have had beautiful, ornate, gold and ivory inlaid armor. They would have had swords for their tusks, and they probably would have had people riding them. So the African war elephants would have come into battle and seen tiny, sparkly, pointy versions of themselves that they'd never seen before in their life, and they probably would have turned around and ran away because that shit will fuck anyone up. So why did we stop using elephants in battle? Any guesses? People will probably say guns. No, actually, we stopped using elephants in battle about a couple centuries before guns came into being, and that is because, although guns are probably part of it, that is because of our old friend Timur, who we've already met on my tour, if they've come on mine, ha ha ha. So Timur figured out that elephants are big old scaredy cats, especially if they hear high-pitched noises, like from mice or from pigs. So what he did, and it's pretty fucked up, he dipped pigs in oil, set them on fire, and then sent them into battle. About 50 of them towards the Persian elephants that he was fighting. Those elephants saw the flaming pigs, heard the screaming, heard the squealing noises, flipped out, bucked their soldiers, turned around, ran away, never to be seen again. And then from then on out, this became such the stuff of legends that people were like, maybe elephants aren't such a great idea because they can get defeated by pigs, and that's really embarrassing. So I don't want you guys to focus on the pigs because that's really sad and also happened about 500 years ago, so let's take a step back. But I did just give you guys a phenomenal survival tip. You're welcome. If you're ever faced with a horde of angry elephants, just go ahead, grab the nearest pig, throw it at the elephant. Nothing bad will happen. Don't tell PETA I told you that.